So ESPN posted a trade that the Cincinnati Bengals could make in the upcoming NFL draft. So this trade comes in from Bill Bonwell, who carves out a trade where we trade down with the Packers and actually go ahead and then trade up in the second round. So pretty much what we do is we give the 18th overall pick, we give a third round pick, so a first and a third, and then we trade down 7 spots to turn our 97th overall pick into a 58th overall pick. So pretty much we're trading down 7 spots just to get an extra second round pick and turning our third round pick into a second round pick. According to overthecap.com, this is actually going to be the Bengals winning this trade. And I really have no issue at all with this trade. I don't think it's a bad trade in our case here. I will say it really depends on who's on the board. For example, if somehow Johnny Newton's not on the board and neither is Byron Murphy and tackles we want aren't available, then yeah, I think could be a decent option. Again, like I said, it depends on really who's available at the time of our pick. But if we do make this trade, let's just go ahead and hypothetically speak here. This is what the trade would look like, and it says that 100% would get accepted, which means let's go ahead and start draft. We would be picking the 25th overall pick. Ironically enough, they would have Byron Murphy here go ahead and go to the Packers, which I kind of find interesting because, see, this is, okay, here's a great example. Teron Arnold's still on the board at 18. We're not trading down then. There's no way. We would take Teron Arnold over trading down for this scenario. Again, it depends on who's on the board at the time. But we trade down. We still have a chance to get Amarius Mims or Johnny Newton or even Mitchell here or Troy Franklin. Really great options here. I'm probably going Johnny Newton, but Amarius Mims is not the worst option. Now we have 2 second-round picks. Let's go with at this pick here, probably going Zach Frazier. Keanu Coleman. I've been starting to like him a lot more. Yeah, I'm going with him. And then in this third round here, probably going with Jackson here. Let's go into the 4th round. So now we don't have that extra, third round pick. So now we're kind of, a little bit different than most of our mocks. I'm going to go Christian Jones here. I still find an interesting idea if we took a punter. I really do. I think there's still a possibility we could take a punter in this upcoming draft. And I don't think it's a bad idea if we did take a punter. Depending on, just give competition. I'm not talking about a punter in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th round, okay? I'm talking about a punter in the 7th round, 6th, 7th round. Just to give competition to our boy Brad Robbins. I love Brad Robbins, but again, competition's always good. Let's go with that. And let's see how this ended up turning out. So they're saying I should have took Cooper DeJean over Johnny Newton. I still love Johnny Newton. And we actually just met with Johnny Newton, I believe, yesterday. So, I mean, listen, it's going to happen, man. It's going to happen. So they love all my picks except for Jackson. And I think it's because I reach a little bit on Jackson, which I do understand. So let's try a new mock here. I got an A, actually. Top 39%. What's these things? Okay, I got a 7th rounder A-. Nice. All right, so let's try this trade again. So we're going to the Packers here at 25. They give up these 2 picks. We give up these 2 picks. We offer the trade. They accept it, and let's get into this draft. So again, this time Amarius Mims is actually off the board. Byron Murphy goes after that pick. So Troy Fontiano goes to the Packers. Okay, so Aiden Mitchell's on the board. Johnny Newton's on the board. Nate Wiggins. Jackson Powers Johnson, Troy Franklin. Yeah, I'm probably still going to find myself going with Johnny Newton here. I mean, listen, if we could trade down and get Johnny Newton at pick 25, I would not be against the idea of doing that at all. Not in any way possible would I be against the idea of doing that. Go Jack Frazier here. This time, receiver kind of off the board of what I would want. TJ Tampa. Oh, do I really want to take him away from Tampa? No, I'm just kidding. This time I'm going to go with a tackle a little bit early on here. I know last mock draft, we waited a little bit for it. Wow, there's a lot of running backs here at this spot. I'm going to go with Jerome Baker, but there's a lot of running backs in that third round there. Going Hunter here in the fourth. Christian Jones. Okay. See, I don't like this draft. Because I feel like... I don't know. I feel like we would take tight end earlier. And then cornerback's also another position. Now, I'm obviously drafting based on how this draft falls to me. But I don't know if I love how this draft went so far. I mean, it's not too bad. I just feel like we'd probably go with a lot of other options instead of what I'm going with here. So this draft, let's see how they grade it. They're going to tell me I should have went with Zach Frazier. Oh, no, Mike, the cornerback over Zach Frazier. I could see what they're saying there. They don't like my Dwight pick, A-. Yup, they like the first three picks. I think the tackle in the second round is a really good option there. I just like Zach Frazier. I've showed him videos of him before on his channel of his play. I really like, how we can obviously put him at center, move Teddy K to guard, and fix our Cordell Volson problem. Also in this draft, I drafted 3 offensive tackles. Yeah, keeping number 9 upright is the most important thing. 2 centers, who obviously one of them would be, in the end, he would guard or a backup guard. Johnny Newton to replace DJ Reader. Cornerback, which obviously still important, but Dax Hill will become corner for us, so that's going to help us out. Tight end for the future. Which, another thing, I just want to go ahead and address this real fast, because I did get a comment down below. And I do read you guys' comments, and I take them to heart, because obviously on this, channel, most people who comment on this channel, I'd say 99% of them, is true, actually genuine, like giving their thoughts and opinions, and I love it so much. We have occasional trolls, but for the most part, it's real legitimate, comments. I will say, to the idea that we shouldn't take a tight end, or why am I so on the tight end craze? The reason why I'm on the tight end craze for this draft class is because this is a very good, deep tight end draft class. Well, yes, not every single, outside of Brock Bowers and probably Jatavian Sanders, I say outside of Brock Bowers, not every single tight end in this draft class is Brock Bowers, but they're all pretty damn good. And with the fact that Tanner Hudson right now is 29 years old, I believe, Drew Sample is 28, we have Mike on a 1-year contract, we need to draft a tight end for the future. We need to develop a tight end for the future. And when you have a draft class like this, where you have a really good tight end class, this is where I want to see us go out there and get ourselves a solid tight end that we can develop and hopefully get to a point where he can become our starting tight end in the future, right? At the end of the day, it's nice to go out there and pick up free agents like Irv Smith. Didn't work out. Mike, I think he'll work out, but still, again, why put it up to risk? Instead, draft a tight end in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round that's going to be able to be that guy for you, and you can develop, and he's not going to cost that much. That's really what it comes down to, is going free agent routes and getting tight ends in free agency is great, but it costs a lot of money. Getting veteran tight ends costs a lot of money. We don't want to do that. We want to, kind of grow our tight end in-house, if per se. So that's why I'm so much on the tight end craze, or the tight end, groups here, where I'm like, oh, we should get this guy, this guy, this guy. It's because of the fact that that's how you become successful, is by hitting in the draft and being able to grow positions on your team without going out there and spending money in free agency. The salary cap makes free agency really cool, but only to a certain degree, right? When you got Jamar Chase about to get paid, we might end up re-signing T. Higgins. We don't know in that one. Joe's just got his money. The salary cap is a pie, as Mike Brown always says. It's only so much salary cap, so much pie to go around. So guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys next one. Peace.